Welcome to all of you in English subject 6 standards unit 2 first poem The Clothes Line. Students, we are now going to see English 6 standard new poem that is from unit number 2 The Clothes Line by Charlotte Druitt Cole. She was an American poetess. She was born in 13th January 1878 and the youngest of whose 15 children. Her father's name, Solicitor James Druitt, was his father. Charlotte has written many poems which are based on children. We all see in the morning in our house our mother washes clothes and pegs it on one rope or stick that is called clothes line. So here in this poem clothes line, Charlotte Cole is going to describe about these clothes, how they flew, how it is, and we will see what she is going to share through this poem. This poem has 5 stanzas. First 4 stanzas having 4 lines and last stanza having 2 lines only. We can see one by one. See the first stanza. Hand in hand they dance in a row, hither and thither, and to and fro, flip, flap, flop, and away they go, fluttering creatures as white as snow. In this stanza, poetess gives us a nice image of clothes. They are lying on the row hand in hand. They are dancing in a row, hither and thither. Here, alliteration is a figure of speech in third line. That is flip, flap, flop, and away they go. Here, consonant F is pronounced in 3 words. So, this is a nice example of alliteration. Clothes are fluttering creatures as white as snow. So here positive degree, or we can say comparison, is shown by poetess nicely. Now second stanza. Like recitative horses, they caper and prance. Like fairy tale witches, they wildly dance. Rounded in front but hollow behind, they shiver and skip in the merry March wind. So this second stanza says that in first line, recitative horses, as like horses, they are means clothes are flying. They haven't patience. And like fairy tale witches, we all know witches are we see in fairy tales. So as like witches, they are dancing wildly. And how that clothes are dancing? They are rounded but hollow behind. So clothes are shivering and skipping like merry March. We know in March month there are lots of winds in atmosphere. So here we complete second stanza also. Here new words and its meanings is given. You can write it, note it down in your notebook. Now we will see third stanza of this poem. Once I saw dancing excitedly, struggling so wildly till she was free. Then leaving pegs and clothes lying behind her, she flew like a bird, and no one can find her. So this line means stanza shows that once she saw that all cloths are struggling wildly. Pegs means that clip made by wood or fiber to handle to lock the cloths on rope. So one cloth from that cloths line was fly away like a bird, and no one can find that cloth where it flight. So we can carry on fourth stanza. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun, flipping and flapping and flopping for fun. Nobody knows where she now can be, hid in a ditch or drowned in the sea. So, Poetess want to suggest here that cloth go away from that clothes line. No one can find it. Ditch means water passes by road from a deep, so no one can know that where that cloth was flew away, not, or it may be drowned in the sea. So this is the pathetic condition shown in this stanza. Now in the last stanza, it is two lines only. Poetess says, she was my handkerchief not long ago, but she will never come back to my pocket, I know. Means at last we come to know that in poetess' pocket one hanky, means her handkerchief, was lost, and she knows that that handkerchief will not come back to her pocket again. So if we see first two stanzas of this poem, we come to know that poetess was happily, merrily shares her views about that cloth, and in third remaining stanzas, she tells us pathetic condition of a lost handkerchief. That's why we come to know that this poem is full of images, full of pains and joys also. So here on page number 23 from your textbook, I took new words meaning. You can write it in your notebook. I hope you understand this poem nicely. So here is a summary of first and second stanza. The poetess Charlotte is talking about the cloths hanging on the clothes line. To her, they look as if they are holding hands, standing in a row and dancing merrily. She compares them to the white birds that fly in the sky. Now, second stanza summary. Here in this stanza, the poet compares the clothes hanging on the clothes line to restless horses that are leaping and galloping with happiness. As the clothes flutter on the clothes line, they form a bowl-like shape that is round at the edges and hollow in the center. The poetess also feels that the clothes are shivering and skipping in the wind that's very happy during the month of March. So I hope you understand. Now we will see third and fourth stanza. Without specifically stating, the poetess says that once she saw someone dance excitedly and with great struggle she freed herself. Then leaving the pegs and the clothesline, she flew like a bird so far that no one was able to follow her, and now no one can find her. It speaks about that cloth. Now fourth stanza, continuing with the suspense, the poet compares the someone to a shining sail that was flipping, flapping and flopping away with happiness. She flew away so fast that nobody knows where she went and where she could be. Thinking of the worst that could happen, the poets wonder whether she is hiding in a ditch or may have drowned in the sea. And in last stanza, it's only the last two lines of the poem that the poetess reveals that she was talking about her handkerchief that flew away not very long ago. She is sure that it will not come back to her and it is lost forever. The poetess begins the poem with a happy note of cloths dancing on the clothes line, but she ends it with a sad note of her handkerchief flying away and never coming back. So we can say that this is a very wonderful poem by Charlotte Dretko. So I hope students you understand this poem. Now we will see question and answer of this poem from page number 24 of your book. Let's see. Question number 1, you are going to read the poem as mentioned. For all poems you are going to read poem and write it in your notebook. Question number 2, answer the following questions. What is described in the poem? And second is, what are the cloths compared to? Give 2 examples. So answer is the fluttering and dancing cloths on the clothes line and handkerchief of the poet is described in the poem? And what are the clothes? It is compared to horses, recitative horses, and fairy tale witches. So I hope you understand these two questions answer. Question number 3, what do recitative horses do? So recitative horses are running. Okay, what do fairy tale witches do? Fairy tale witches dance and ski. Then what do one of the fluttering creatures do? One of the fluttering creatures struggling so widely till she was free. And the last, what could have happened to the one who flew away? Who was she? One cloth was flew away. One can't know whether it was drowned in the sea or hid in a ditch. And who was she means that was a handkerchief of poetess. Here one comparison is given, as white as snow. You can complete other remaining comparisons. I hope you can write it in your notebook very nicely. Last question, that is 8b. Find suitable objects for each comparison. So here given, I hope you understand this nicely. On textbook page number 24, question number 4 is given that you are going to search rhyming pairs, but I rhyme pairs you are going to search. What is I rhyme? Means these are rhyming pairs, but visually they are same. In sight we can see, if we see in spellings, we can say that spellings are same. That is called I rhyme, in which two words are spelled similarly but pronounced differently. Here one example is given. The great man down, you mark his favorite flies. The poor advanced makes friends of enemies. So last lines, flies and enemies, spellings are ending with IES. So we can say that these are I rhymes, but spellings are different. Flies and enemies, though spellings are different, it is called as a rhyming pair. So this is called I rhyme. So you are going to select from about given words I rhyme pair. I hope you can write it. Laughter, daughter, shut, put, none, imply, simply. So if we observe these words, its spellings or pronunciation are different, but spelling looks alike. So it is called I rhyme. I hope you understand this new concept of I rhyme from this poem 2.1 nicely. I hope you enjoy this poem by Charlotte Druitt Cole 2.1, The Clothes Line. Do exercise, take care, do study. Bye bye.